Hey you groovers, welcome back. Another episode of Fear and Loathing Middle Age with your fairly depressed, actually feeling okay today, host Duncan Greenfield. Well, today I'll just sort of do a little quick video because the weather's not too good. I can't do any outdoor cooking today because the weather's not too good. It's quite showery again. It's been quite turbulent this weather has, so today. Although the last 3 days have been perfect, would you believe it, when I'm working. As soon as I finish work, that's it, the sun comes, it pisses down my rain. Oh, fucking this right up, ain't I? I don't know why I bother doing these fucking videos, I really don't. Take 2! Hello again, this is Duncan Greenfield, Fear and Loathing Middle Age. Sorry about the last outtake, I always do unedited videos. But today I've decided to do a fried rice, a quick simple fried rice dish. It'll be my first vegetarian dish for all my vegetarian fans. Fans, 24 of you still. But anyway, I'm just going to make a fried rice dish that I make quite a lot on my own. It's quite simple, it's just rice, onions, some chilli, some cumin powder, salt, pepper, and I'll show you how to prepare fried rice. Because some people do tend to struggle with fried rice. So with this video, hopefully you'll be able to make what I make basically. You can have this with anything really, with a curry or some roast vegetables, turn into a proper vegetarian dish. It's quite simple to make, and I'll just take you through the process of it and show you how to make a nice good fried rice. My version of fried rice. Fear and Loathing Middle Age fried rice. So what I'll do is I'll get the ingredients together and I'll bring you back. Okay, here are the ingredients. What I've got is 1 cup of rice, any rice will do, basmati or whatever rice you've got in your cupboard, half a large onion, 2 cloves of garlic, 1 medium red chilli or green chilli, just a medium heat chilli, and half a teaspoon of cumin powder. Now I've got 2 little bird's eye chilies here, but I like heat in my fried rice. Like a give me a good kick up the arse. I do like a nice good stingy fried rice, you know, something that makes my eyes water, makes me sweat. These are optional. Okay, so you'll see me put these in with it, but you don't have to put these in if you don't want it. That would be the standard fried rice recipe. Also we have salt, pepper and vegetable oil. Again, always vegetable oil or sunflower oil in Asian cooking. We never use olive oil because olive oil, as I said in the past, I think olive oil has a very nutty taste to it. And Asians always use vegetable or sunflower oil to fry their stuff in. Anyway, without further ado, I'll prepare the ingredients and I'll bring you back. Okay, so here we have our prepared ingredients. We have again half a teaspoon of ground cumin, a cup of rice, our quartered, remember a Chinese quartered, half an onion. Remember I made the Chinese king prawn curry. I showed you how to quarter the onion the Chinese style. Quarter it the Chinese style. 2 cloves of garlic, 1 big red chilli with my added extra 2 bird's eye chilies. Now, before I actually make the fried rice, I've got to show you how to cook the rice. So you don't make fried rice with rice like that. You've got to boil the rice and then you let it cool down. Now, some people do struggle with boiling rice. They always never get it right. They either burn the pan, get it sticky, it gets too soft, or it doesn't cook enough. I'm going to show you a real quick technique how to do a perfect boiled rice. But to do this, you need a hob like this, electric hob. And what happens is you bring the water to the boil, and then when the water's boiling, you put the rice in, you bring it back to the boil, then you switch off the hob and put the lid on and just leave it alone. The residual heat of the hob continues the rice cooking and it just cooks out perfectly in about 10-15 minutes. And I'll show you how to do that now. I'll just get rid of this and I'll get the water to the boil and I'll bring you back. Okay, I've just filled the saucepan with cold water, but I wanted to show you what I do before I actually start boiling it. I just put salt in it. So the reason why I do this is as it starts to boil, the salt dissolves better. So I put a good few shakes of sea salt into it. That's all I'll do. And I'll smack it on the highest heat, which is number 12 on this hob. And when that comes to the boil, I'll bring you back. Okay, you groovers. Now the water's starting to really come to the boil now. I'll just show you that. Now when the water's doing that, that is when to dump the rice in. Now, I haven't really measured the water out. I mean, I put a lot of water in so it boils the starch off. I mean, some people put 1 cup of rice to 3 parts water. Yeah, that's all well and good, but it soaks up all the starch. You get a very starchy rice. I don't like starch, I like a nice light fluffy rice. I mean, you could get the rice and just wash it under a sieve and just keep it under a running tap until the water goes clear. That's a lot of water. So I think this is the eco-friendly way of doing it. Just use more water than you need and just dump the rice in and bring it to the boil. So now it's cooled the water down straight away. So what I'm going to do now, when you put the rice, it tends to clump together and it goes straight into warm water because of the starch. So I'm just going to get a whisk and just break the rice up, and it's sent it, all the starch is coming off that rice now. Now what I'll do is I'll bring that back to the boil till it starts to bubble again, and then I'll switch it off and leave it. So I'll bring that back to the boil. I'll bring you back. When it starts to boil how I like it to boil, I'll bring you back. Okay, now it's starting to bubble. That's where I want it. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch it off, take it off, not take it off the heat. I'm going to switch the hob off now. So this technique only works with an electric hob. So off we go with the heat. And that's it. I'm going to leave that now for about 10-15 minutes. With the lid on. I'm just going to leave it. That's it. 10-15 minutes. I'll bring you back and I'll show you how good that rice comes out. Okay, this has actually been going for 40 minutes, not 15 minutes. I went a bit over, I think I was a bit too lenient on the time. It took 40 minutes exactly to do this. So when you do this cookie rice like this, give it 40 minutes. So we're going to have a look at it now. It should be perfect. See how the rice has started to filter this? I don't know if you can see it or not, but the rice is like near the surface, so it's doubled in size, well more than doubled in size. So there's the rice, and it's come out perfectly. Perfect. And what I'll do is I'll sieve that off and run it under a cold tap, just a quick cold tap under the cold tap, and just to cool it down, ready to be fried. Okay. So what I'll do is get a sieve. Dump that out, dump the water off. The grains. Now I want to let this rice cool down. So I don't want to cook it warm, I want to let it cool right down. You see how fluffy it is? See how nice it is? That works absolutely perfect all the time. It's perfect rice. So I want to let that cool down, because I don't want to fry it hot, because it will just go mushy otherwise. Let that cool down. So when I threw the water off, I took all the starch away. Okay, I ran it under the tap a little bit, just to get rid of the rest of the starch, but it's better than you use less water this way than you would do if you was running it under the tap all the time. So I'll let that cool down for about an hour or two, and I'll show you how to cook up the fried rice. Okie dokie. Right, now my rice is suitably cooled. Oh, excuse me. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to start to make the fried rice now. So I'm going to put a nice glug of my vegetable oil in. Quite a bit of vegetable oil, so it cools up with the pan. Now I didn't mention this when I first put it together of the ingredients, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 2 cloves in, just to flavour the oil, maybe 3 even, yeah. Put the 2-3 cloves in, and I'll let that sizzle away to flavour the oil. So this is more of an Indian fried rice as opposed to a Chinese fried rice. Now when that gets to sizzle a bit, I'll bring you back. Right, so now I think we're up to frying speed. First of all, now the cloves are in there, sizzling away. I'm going to dump my Chinese onions in first. I'll fry them all translucent. Let me just zoom that out a bit. That's more like it. Nice hot pan. You fry the onions down like you would on the Chinese king prawn curry video I did. Turn that heat down a bit. Now I think the next thing to go in will be chilies and the garlic. In goes the chilli and the garlic. Cumin goes in last. The aromas. Let that cook down a bit. Just sizzle this for a couple of minutes and I'll bring you back. Right, our onions and chilli and garlic and cloves are, well, the onions are nice and translucent now, how I like them. Now the next thing to go in is the rice. So remember our cooked, boiled, cooled rice. It's not warm, it's cold rice. That goes in. And this is 1 cup of rice. And we just turn it over into the hot pan. This will start to absorb all those flavours. Smells lovely. And the next thing, last but not least, is our half a teaspoon of cumin. Spread it all, just dump it all over. That's it. It's a nice aromatic flavour. Now that is a perfect fried rice. A little bit of salt in, only a sprinkle of salt, and some cracked black pepper. So this you make, you can have this with a nice curry, you can make it, put it in the fridge overnight. It is very nice, very, very nice. Well, I mean, I'll just eat this on its own, with nothing. That's becoming nice and glossy now. The rice is becoming all nice and glossy. Yeah. I mean, well, if I wanted to turn this into an egg fried rice, what I'd do is I'd scramble an egg before, then add the scrambled egg after. I'll scramble it, then put it in. I wouldn't try and put an egg into it because it never really works that well. Alright, it's come together lovely now, that. Okay, when it's cooked, I'll bring you back for a taste test. Right, I'll just it's all nice and it's ready now. Take some up. Lovely translucent onions, all nicely caramelised onions. I don't know if you can see that or not. Hopefully you can. nice bowl of fried rice. Right, the taste test. So it's all nice and steamy and warm. Okie doke. Oh, so aromatic. I love this fried rice. Try to make it yourself. It's been a bit hot. Nice vegetarian fried rice. Fear and Loathing middle-aged fried rice. I know what it tastes like. It tastes very nice. Mmm. Mmm. Maybe a bit more salt, Alan. I mean, it's such a nice little neutral dish. It's, that's it. Nice and spicy, how I like it, with a bird's eye chilli. Perfectly fried rice. You could probably put some coriander in with this, fresh coriander, chop it up and then throw it in with it. I've done that before. That does really work well. But yeah, Fear and Loathing middle age, fried rice. Anyway, if you like this video, give me a like, or maybe just leave me a comment in the comments bar. Hope you enjoyed. Duncan Greenfield signing off.